Previously on Big Brother 3. 12 strangers from across America met for the first time in front of this house. Moments later, they entered, hoping to live there for the next 3 months. Once a week, they must vote to evict one of their own, with the last remaining house guest taking home a $500,000 prize. In this house, there are no books, no TV, no telephones, and no privacy. To win their first week's groceries, the house guests tested their nesting instincts. Then it was revealed that the last pair down would also win $3,000 for each week they are both in the house.
This means we are going to be up a tree all night. Up a tree.
After several hours getting to know each other, some of the house guests gave up the battle.
Oh, thank God!
And Josh led 5 of the others in a secret meeting against Marcellus.
We all picked him out as having a very negative vibe.
Sensing Josh's hostility, Marcellus decided to lay low.
I do want people to underestimate me and play me like I'm stupid.
Finally, Jason and Lori won the prize.
Oh, yeah!
The next day, the house guests played a game to choose their first head of household.
Most likely to clean the toilet with someone else's toothbrush. Marcellus.
Go on up there, Marcellus.
Lisa won the coveted title, along with a private room for the week. But as head of household, she must choose the first 2 nominees for eviction. Head of household, Lisa moved into her private room, and house guests Eric and Josh tried to get on her good side.
Hey Lisa, can I rub your feet?
Kiara discovered Jason's secret.
Are you a virgin?
I am.
You are? Oh, I got it out of him.
And Tanya and Danielle wondered if Marcellus had a secret too.
He's gay, right? I would think. Yeah.
Meanwhile, other house guests strengthened alliances.
But this is the 6, guys.
Before you is the Big Brother nomination box.
Worried about the upcoming nominations for eviction, Josh tried to call the shots.
And my personal opinion is it's Lori.
I know how to play the game. I know how to play the game.
As head of household, Lisa had to name the first 2 nominees.
Marcellus, I have chosen you. Lori, I have nominated you.
It's an emotional thing. It just might kill ya.
Nominees Lori and Marcellus are facing possible eviction.
I just can't believe that bitch played me like that.
But Marcellus was unaware that Lisa had conspired with 5 of the other house guests to get rid of him.
But this is the 6, guys.
And it was really Josh who was calling the shots.
I'm telling you, I'm telling you, I'm telling you.
If Josh isn't careful, he's going to lose me.
As the house guests got to know each other better,
we had 6 people in 3 beds.
Kiara discovered why Marcellus kept to himself.
I couldn't see why anyone would think you're gay.
The rumors are true.
Then, the house guests discovered that there was a major new twist to this year's game.
This is the Big Brother veto. This is the power to take a nominee off of the chopping block, saving them from possible eviction.
After a difficult competition,
There's one more.
What's a rim job?
Jerry won the power of veto, allowing him to remove one of the nominees for eviction.
If Jerry decides to change my nominations, he's screwing himself.
A ton of power right now. You better make sure things are okay.
Meanwhile, Jerry was growing closer to both nominees.
Sweetheart, the minute you opened your mouth, I knew who you were. You know. I need a hug.
Josh urged Jerry to maintain his position in the alliance of 6.
There's strength in numbers.
Jerry later told Danielle he believed Marcellus was nominated for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, I think he's been picked on because he's gay and he's black.
But Danielle saw it differently.
I don't think that has nothing to do with the tea in China, frankly.
Josh was certain Jerry would stay loyal to the alliance.
I don't think the man is dumb enough to use the power.
But Jerry shocked the house.
Marcellus, I'm going to veto your nomination.
And the veto forced Lisa to nominate another house guest for eviction.
Amy, I'm gonna have to put you up.
Yes!
Nothing to say to you, Jerry.
All right.
Clearly, Jerry is a marked man at this point.
As nominees Lori and Amy prepared for eviction night, the other house guests struggled with their upcoming decision.
It's become good versus evil. It's become Touched by an Angel versus Baywatch.
And the once solid Band of Six alliance found themselves dividing on gender lines.
When it's the six of us, what are they going to do?
They'll stick out for each other.
It's clear the girls stick together.
Things are changing.
While Laurie worried that her stock had fallen,
This place is hell with studio lighting.
Amy continued to be assured that she was safe from eviction.
Everyone has promised to keep me in the house.
In the end, it was Laurie who was first to leave the house.
By a very close vote of 5 to 4, Laurie, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
Very well.
Bye, everyone.
But the narrow 5 to 4 margin shook the foundation of the alliance.
Congratulations, Marcellus.
And when former outcast Marcellus won the head of household competition, no one in the house felt safe.
This is where it gets interesting.
I'm so proud of Marcellus. He is completely the comeback kid.
And he took the job seriously.
I don't want anyone to ask me who I'm going to nominate.
All right.
I have no allegiance to any one person in this house.
Things heated up between Roddy and Kiara. And the house guests amused themselves with an impromptu beauty pageant. As nominations grew near, Josh worried he could be next on the chopping block.
I probably deserve to be nominated.
And while Jerry felt safe,
I truly believe I've made a friend for life with Marcellus.
Josh worked behind the scenes against him.
And I'm not going to try to tell you who Jerry is. Knowing what an anti-Semitic, prejudiced, racist bastard he truly is.
Don't think that he's pulling the wool over my eyes, because he isn't.
After much soul-searching, Marcellus announced his 2 nominees for eviction.
Josh and Tanya, I nominated you for eviction.
While Josh lobbied for votes,
I am the one person who can empathize with you more than anyone else in this house.
Tanya felt sure she had the support she needed.
In terms of not being evicted from the house, at this point I feel pretty safe.
But both knew that the power of veto could change their fortunes.
I did go into that competition hoping someone would win it and veto me out. I think there's very few people who would.
And when Danielle won the power, she came to Marcellus with a modest proposal.
You really want to take Josh off the block?
I do. It's my gut.
Meanwhile, the budding romance between Roddy and Kiara was interrupted by the ringing of a southern bell.
She wants you.
Go.
Exactly.
That bitch.
And Amy offered Josh her vote in exchange for a personal favor.
I try my damnedest, and you get to stay in this house, and you have to put people up next week completely.
So you want Kiki out of the house?
After all of Danielle's maneuvering,
when you think you got Danielle figured out, you don't.
At the veto meeting, she made a surprising decision.
I choose not to exercise my power of veto.
And left Tanya and Josh high and dry, leaving Josh feeling vulnerable.
It's just thought when they were in the house, that was my only chance.
And while Tanya felt certain she was safe,
So you know, because I'm not one to screw with.
a pair of confrontations left some reconsidering their votes.
Because she just got into it.
At least that's better than how you played it.
And how did I play it?
You ran out there screaming at her, treating her like...
This is the first time I've considered changing my vote.
With half of the house on an all peanut butter and jelly diet, nerves were frayed.
Already weak.
I'll eat those lizards if I have to.
Amy did her best to fuel a fire.
I have made dishes that smell up the whole house.
I mean, this looks bootyful.
I know that's horrible.
The eviction vote came down to another close call.
By a close vote of 5 to 3, Tanya, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
I love you guys. Okay.
And the unexpected result shocked the house. When Roddy became the new head of household,
Roddy, you're the winner. Congratulations.
the mysterious New Jersey writer left no one feeling safe. Kiara was devastated by Tanya's eviction.
She was the person I spent the most time with, so it's gonna get lonely.
And when Josh realized that one of his former allies had turned against him,
Lisa clearly voted to evict me.
he moved closer to Amy and Jason.
You know, it's got your back. I know.
Danielle was not happy.
Roddy is a huge threat to me. He needs to go.
While Jerry cut a deal.
If I keep you off,
You owe me one?
You got it.
Lisa and Eric reached a new level of intimacy.
If this were to end tomorrow, I'd love to continue to see you.
I'm a guy and she's a girl, and Adam and Eve and birds and the bees and all that stuff.
And Marcellus developed a crush on Roddy.
Me and Roddy, that would be amazing romance.
Then, as nominations approached, Josh tried to convince Roddy to split up the girl power.
Just put the hammer down. Put Lisa on the block, which will ensure that Kiki will now stay within the group.
But at the nomination ceremony, Roddy had other plans.
I have nominated Amy and Marcellus.
And though Roddy expressed kind words for Marcellus,
I've put you up simply because I know that you're a vote for Amy.
Marcellus took it hard.
How is this game gone? Everybody puts up the decoy, and the decoy ends up leaving.
I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I don't want to go.
Amy felt the nomination was a cold slap in the face.
It hurt my feelings because you're the person that nominated me.
Both knew that the power of veto was the only thing that could save them.
I'm going to get the veto. I'm going to veto Amy.
But Eric won the coveted medallion.
The power of veto goes to E-Man.
And chose to stay loyal to his alliance with Roddy.
I have decided not to use the power of veto.
Leaving Marcellus and Amy desperate to secure their places in the house.
Dead man walking. I'm toast, Amy. I'm toast.
That's it.
Dead couple walking.
Leaving the once tight allies fighting between themselves for survival in the house.
Marcellus, I've tried to make you understand this. I've tried. There's no way that I would ever campaign against you or stab you in the back. That's not what it's about.
It was up to the other house guests to decide their fate.
By a vote of 7-0, Amy, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
The head of household competition came down to a showdown between Eric and Jerry.
We're going to move on to the tiebreaker question.
And when a former outcast took over the coveted power position,
Jerry, congratulations. You are the new head of household.
the couple's alliance feared their once powerful foursome could come to an end. While Josh and Marcellus tried to strengthen their bonds with Jerry,
I want to say that I'm confident that with Jerry as head of household that I'm safe for another week.
Jason laid low.
I mean, I know you're going to do a great job.
Not wanting to expose his secret alliance with Danielle.
My goal in this game is to protect Jason and myself.
And though Roddy made a deal to save himself, he did not go out on a limb for his bedmate Kiara.
You want Kiara safe too?
If Kiara was going to say, hey, the girls and I are sticking together, well, then guess what, Kiara? You're on the block.
The sparks continued to fly between Lisa and Eric.
I know now what it feels to have something real.
But at the nomination ceremony, Jerry made an announcement that could tear the couple apart.
Lisa, Eric, obviously I nominated you guys. I have a chance strategically to remove the queen and a knight.
Each of them hoped to be saved by the power of veto.
If the power of veto is used, Jerry will hopefully put Josh up and possibly save myself and Eric.
Kiara won the power.
It's a really scary position to be in because obviously I have two people that I'm close to in the house and I have the opportunity to save one of them.
But her bedmate Roddy urged her not to use it.
I'm scared if you zap one of them, no matter what he says, your old pal Rod goes in.
As the nominated lovebirds grew closer,
I know. I can't wait to be with you either.
Kiara's loyalty shifted away from Lisa.
It's more of a personal thing.
And she made a difficult decision.
I'm not going to use the power of veto.
Eric and Lisa knew that their days in the house as a couple were numbered.
I think for one of us to leave right now isn't fair. And I just don't want it to happen.
Eviction grew near. The house guests struggled with who to trust and who to vote out.
She hates you.
If you're lying to me, I'll sock you.
In the end, it was a tie, and Jerry was forced to cast the deciding vote.
I vote to evict Eric.
Before Lisa had a moment to grieve for her departed boyfriend, It was time to compete for the next head of household.
Congratulations, Kiara. You are the new head of household.
And Eric and the audience got some surprising news.
One of the four of you will be moving back into the house and back into the game.
Really?
I'm just excited that a girl has it.
And Josh was thrilled.
Kiara's head of household? There's no way my Jew ass goes up.
When Danielle discovered Kiara had voted to evict Lisa, she relayed the information to Lisa to win her trust.
I swear on my children.
Kiara discovered why her vote to evict Lisa had backfired. Jason hadn't voted as she'd thought.
This sucks because I just realized that I can't trust anyone once again.
Then the entire house was thrown for a loop when it was revealed to them that one of the 4 evicted house guests will be returning to the Big Brother house. After hearing a rumor from Josh, Kiara confronted Lisa.
I was told that you told Eric that you couldn't trust me anymore.
I swear to you, I have never uttered anything negative about you.
Then, at the nomination ceremony, Kiara revealed a bold strategy, nominating her bedmate Roddy along with Josh.
I entrusted you something. Unfortunately, I got to find out the truth. Roddy, I'm so sorry I had to put you up. You know I don't want you to walk out of this house.
And both nominees were worried.
My stomach was definitely in my throat.
Josh began packing and vowed to walk out of the house immediately.
He said he's leaving. He's packing. Good, it'll make our week that much easier.
Packing.
What are you gonna do?
I'm walking out.
But Roddy consoled him.
I think you'd regret this for the rest of your life if you walked out of here.
Lisa won the power of veto.
That's right. I think I'm gonna have fun at making some people squirm.
And strategized with Marcellus and Danielle to evict Roddy and break up the last couple in the house.
Honestly, I think Roddy is more dangerous than her. That's right. We need to get rid of him. Because Roddy's her backbone. That's right.
At the veto meeting, a desperate Josh lashed out at Kiara.
Someone who nominates her own boyfriend. Someone who promises me she would not put me up for nomination and does. Clearly is not a person questioning somebody else's trustworthiness.
But despite Josh's pleas, Lisa chose not to use the power.
My heart doesn't hear your words.
Fair.
So I'm not using the power of veto.
Josh attempted to secretly campaign against Roddy.
You've already saved my ass once. I want you to do it again.
What? But his plans backfired when Roddy confronted him.
You told me that you weren't gonna say anything or campaign against me at all.
You're doing it. You're doing it.
Josh, you are evicted.
And Josh was evicted by a unanimous vote of 5-0. The house guests anticipated the return of an evicted roommate.
I'm pissed off as hell.
We all obviously have the one person we want back.
If Eric comes back, it would be so great.
If Eric comes back, I'm the next one out.
And the 4 evictees competed to get back in the house by offering to sacrifice a portion of the grand prize.
I'd give up $50,000.
I'd do half.
Half of it.
Take half of it.
It took a tiebreaker to separate Amy and Eric from the pack.
Amy and Eric, it's now up to the 7 remaining house guests who they would like to invite back inside.
And in a live vote of 5-2, Amy was brought back into the game and thrown into a head of household competition.
40 whole squid.
A fishy mix of house guest soup was the scene of the next head of household competition. And a Southern belle, just back from south of the border, found herself sitting pretty.
Welcome back, you're a new H-Coins.
To turn the power structure in the house upside down, as former foes pretended to be friends.
And we thought you would be the best candidate to come back.
New alliances were formed.
I'm in.
And Amy struggled to make the right decision.
I know I have this huge responsibility. God, this is gonna kill me.
Ultimately nominating Kiara and Roddy for eviction.
Obviously, I nominated the 2 of you.
Kiara was devastated.
Everyone had the voluntary reason to get out of that tub. I didn't get that chance.
It is what it is. You cannot compete back to back. She knew the rules.
It was a woulda, coulda, shoulda scenario, but you know that's in the past.
Jerry won the veto. And the house guests were worried.
You recall, Jerry's the only person that actually used the power of veto.
But in the end,
I've decided not to use the power of veto.
as tensions increased, the house guests were given a break.
Oh my God.
The surprise visit by Sheryl Crow.
We're starved for affection.
Marcellus, how are you?
But speculated that Danielle was out to get him.
Everybody said to me for weeks now that you want to get me out of this house.
Danielle felt her confidence was betrayed.
Marcellus, you're playing me.
On eviction night, the last couple in the house was torn apart.
Kiara, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
The next head of household came down to a battle of words and wits. In the end, Jason emerged victorious.
Jason, you are the new head of household.
And though Danielle was thrilled, no one was certain who he might nominate for eviction.
Other than Danielle, no one is safe in this house.
Lisa, Marcellus, and Danielle tried to get Jason to nominate Roddy.
We'll see if Jason has the chutzpah to do it.
Jason confronted Roddy.
There are a lot of things that I learned today.
And Roddy fought back.
But don't worry about what those people told you. What do you think?
Jason struggled to make his decision.
I know everybody in this house supports what I do. That's why this is so hard.
Then, at the nomination ceremony, he surprised everyone.
Roddy, you're safe. I nominated this week you, Jerry, and you, Amy.
I am disappointed that Jason did what he did. I do not trust Roddy as much as Jason trusts Roddy.
Roddy is my friend, and he's looked out for me in this game time and time again.
His strategic partner, Danielle, took the news hard.
Why, Jason, why?
Danielle, from the beginning, wanted Roddy on the block.
While the two nominees feared their fate.
I'm not going to give up. I don't want to let my family down.
I'm having the most wonderful time, and I'm not ready for it to end yet.
Others worried about Roddy's power of persuasion.
That's what what do you think, Jay? Don't worry about what those people told you. What do you think?
How does Roddy get away with it every week?
Despite Danielle's attempts to win the power of veto, Jason took the coveted medallion. Danielle saw this as a second chance for Jason to nominate Roddy.
It's like the freaking devil. He's the devil.
But Jason felt certain Roddy could be trusted.
The problem is there's no one else to put in to substitute, unfortunately.
And decided not to use the power of veto. His decision left the two nominees on the hot seat.
Jerry, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
With only 6 of the original 12 house guests remaining, the head of household competition was crucial.
Congratulations, Marcellus. You are the new head of household.
I made history. I'm the first one to do it twice. Yeah!
And though the other house guests seemed happy, they were fearful whom Marcellus might nominate.
I absolutely have worries. I might be on the block.
Amy and Roddy grew more flirtatious.
I thought all you wanted to do was kiss in Lover's Lane. I didn't realize
I do. That is all I want to do.
But was it foreplay or gameplay?
Roddy's biggest weapon in this house is his charisma.
It's a beautifully real relationship.
The food competition became a wild food fight. Then, as nominations approached, the mood of the house took a serious turn.
You would think that less people in the house would make it easier. It doesn't get easier, it gets absolutely harder.
At the nomination ceremony, Marcellus made a surprise announcement.
As you see, I've nominated you, Roddy, and you, Amy, for eviction.
And had harsh words for both nominees.
Roddy, you unfortunately still cannot be trusted. Amy, I've had many conversations with you in the past about things that I did not personally like.
Roddy fought back.
You're the jackal doing that. You telling me to my face you 100% trust me when you had a different story going on. That's the nested vipers.
While Amy reconciled with Marcellus.
I love you, Marcellus. I was just worried that you were mad at me.
Before the veto competition, Amy acknowledged a long-standing debt to Roddy.
I made a deal with Roddy that if he were ever on the block and I won the power veto, I would take him off.
And when she balanced her way to victory,
Holy cow. Unbelievable.
the House worried she might use the power of veto to save Roddy.
Yes, I really don't know. I think she'll use it.
The America's Choice shopping spree
Oh my God.
provided a brief break in the game.
I felt like a little teenage girl going to the mall or something.
But once it was over, the veto meeting loomed large.
Please, God, don't let her use that power veto.
To Roddy's dismay, Amy broke her earlier commitment to use the power of veto.
I just can't do it. And I'm sorry. The nominees shall remain intact.
And she suffered his wrath,
You just established today that your word is meaningless, that you break promises.
giving the house guests their third opportunity to get rid of Roddy.
Roddy, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
With only 4 house guests competing, the head of household competition was over in an Alabama minute.
Congratulations, Jason.
And the man from Mobile found himself in charge. Head of household Jason made 2 difficult nominations,
I nominated Marcellus and Amy.
pitting the 2 good friends against each other and angering Marcellus.
Jason's thinking strategically, and that was why he nominated me, then he made a crucial error.
The house guests learned the final veto of the game would have a twist.
If you are nominated for eviction and win the golden veto, you can take yourself off the chopping block.
Wow.
And when one of the nominees won,
Congratulations, Marcellus. You have the golden veto.
Jason and Danielle had to rethink their strategy.
I'm really going to work so hard to convince Marcellus not to use the power veto.
And in a surprise that shocked the house,
I'm not going to use it. I don't want you to have to decide between them. I don't want you guys to go through the moment that I went through this week.
Marcellus put his faith in Danielle and Lisa.
I vote to evict Marcellus.
I vote to evict Amy.
Leaving Jason with the responsibility of breaking the tie.
You should have used the veto. I'm sorry, but I vote to evict you, Marcellus.
The house guests had to regroup and compete for a crucial head of household competition.
House guests, the power is up for grabs.
And Danielle picked the perfect week to win.
Congratulations, you won by 1 point.
Lisa was concerned,
I don't feel that safe at all.
but neither she nor Amy realized how deeply Danielle was allied with Jason.
Her word to me is gold. Whatever she does is fine.
Though Lisa's suspicions were raised when Jason dodged her questions about the Marcellus eviction.
I talked to Danny before the sink, and she said it wasn't going to be a tie. So I didn't know.
There was a weird, I don't know how to explain it. There was a weird something going on there.
In a special luxury competition, Amy won a phone call from home.
Hello, sweetheart.
Hey, Mama.
And after a wet and wacky food competition, the house guests won catered dinners for 5 nights of the week.
We did good.
We did good.
We did so good.
Then, as nominations approached, Danielle faced the difficult task of choosing her nominees for eviction.
I've nominated Lisa and Amy.
The final decision will rest with Jason.
So we're going to let the man of the house make the decision. I just want to say, y'all saying go, he's saying go. Do what you got to do.
Danielle and Jason secretly celebrated their successful alliance.
We're still in the game. We've survived in this house 10 weeks without being nominated.
And Jason found that being the last man in the house had its privileges.
You just want to spend some time alone with me, Jason.
The Alabama boy and the Memphis girl surfed their way to some southern comfort on the Pacific.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, nice. Look at that.
Giving Lisa and Danielle some private time.
I think having this time alone with Danielle could work out really well as far as game plans go. Have I ever pissed you off in this game?
As the winner of America's Choice, Lisa had a live internet chat with a surprise from one of her biggest fans.
Hi, Lisa. It's Eric. Do you want me to come and greet you? Yes. Please come and get me.
And as the eviction neared, the final four all set their sights on the ultimate head of household.
I've got to win this.
Whoever wins this head of household has made the final two.
It's time to get a little bit greedy, and it's time to get selfish.
I want it.
We're back!
But once they returned, he sent Amy back out the door for good.
I vote to evict you, Amy.
Leaving the final three in a stormy test of endurance for the most critical head of household yet, Lisa, whose game plan changed when Eric left the house.
When Eric walked out the door, I officially crowned myself the Princess of Darkness in this house.
Danielle, who strategized to protect herself and Jason at any cost.
I was loyal to Jason, and I was loyal to Danielle.
And Jason, whose secret alliance with Danielle carried him into the final three.
So we're still in the game.
After a three-part head of household competition, Lisa and Jason advanced to the final round as Danielle watched anxiously from the sidelines. Lisa emerged victorious.
Lisa, you are now the final and most powerful head of household.
But with her win came the responsibility of evicting Jason or Danielle. And Lisa tearfully announced her decision.
I wish to evict you, Jason.
Come on, come to the door. Give me a hug. I voted for Danielle. Come on, Big Brother 3.
Congratulations, Lisa. By a vote of 9-1, you are the winner of Big Brother 3. Nice job.
Oh, I'll be the first.
I know. I bet you ladies are dying to get out of the house. Danielle, your husband and daughters, and Lisa, your father, are all waiting for you out front. So please, ladies, lead your housemates out the front door and go ahead and join your families. Thank you, house guests.
We're gonna walk you to the door now.
We've all been evicted from this house.
I'm so glad you understood what I meant. I'm so glad. Yes, yes, I did mean it. Absolutely. I'll talk later.